see him there.
Hello, Justin. It is me, this year's cat creeper. Now, I intend to torture you in ways you can't even imagine. I've got a Scooby-Doo movie. I've got a Rob Zombie movie. I've got a movie about a killer at a slumber party. Actually, more than one, maybe. And I have your good friend, Mr. Stephen King, in what many consider one of his lesser films. I can't wait to give you all of these tortures. Hey everybody, welcome to Halloween.
Ooh.
Hey Kay.
Hey, so what movie are we reviewing tonight?
We're reviewing Carrie, duh.
I already saw the first Carrie.
I saw Carrie as well. I saw the first Carrie as well. That's why we're not watching Carrie, but instead we're watching Carrie.
The remake Carrie?
Yeah, we're watching the remake of Carrie, but not the remake of Carrie.
Well, is there a Carrie 3?
There is technically a Carrie 3, but I've already seen the third Carrie. We're not watching Carrie, and we're not watching Carrie, and we're not watching the Rage Carrie 2, but instead we're watching Carrie.
I don't know which Carrie.
It's simple. We're watching the one based on the Stephen King book.
Weren't they all based on Stephen King's book, Carrie?
Not Carrie 2.
Oh. Okay. Scratch my head on this one. Maybe you guys can figure this out.
It's simple. First there was Carrie, then there was the Rage Carrie 2, then there was Carrie, and then there was Carrie. We're not watching Carrie, and we're not watching Carrie, but we're watching Carrie as opposed to Carrie 2.
Okay, if you can figure it out, let me know.
It's simple.
Yeah, simple to you, but...
Okay.
Oh, no, stop it. You're just getting me all mixed up.
Watching...
Okay, listen. Carrie is on first. Carrie 2 remake is on second. Carrie 3 is on third. So who's the batter and who's the pitcher?
Well, you left out Carrie.
Then she's the pitcher.
And I guess Beauty Queen Butcher.
Whatever. That's the catcher.
So, follow me here on this. First there was Carrie, then there was Carrie 2, then there was then there was Carrie, and then there's Carrie. So we're not watching that Carrie, and we're not watching the first Carrie, and we're not watching Carrie 2. Instead we're watching Carrie 2.
You just said we're not watching Carrie 2.
Or this is Carrie 3.
I don't know. Just let's get on with it because they're all about the same.
This is either Carrie 2
Except for Carrie 2 is different.
Yeah, this is either Carrie 2 or Carrie 3, depending on how you count.
Okay, let's move on.
But it's also Carrie 1.
Okay. Just different actors and actresses.
And scene. Anyway, people, if you couldn't guess from our sketch earlier,
it gets confusing when you want to watch Carrie.
You've had 3 adaptations. Now,
I think he's going to get props.
Something I will complain about is that this 2002 Carrie.
They can't really see it. There you go.
This one, I would argue, is probably the worst and dumbest.
Long.
It's only slightly better than the Rage Carrie 2 because Carrie is in this freaking movie. So people always trash this Carrie with Chloe Moretz when they should be trashing this one. This is the one that should get all the hate over this one.
Okay. If you understood that, go for it.
This one has gore. It has I don't remember, I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it has profanity. It has actual bullying. It has a plot. It has a character. It has an actress that isn't nearly 30 playing a teenager.
Yeah, and she was just really...
Now, this girl, I read some things about it that she was given critical praise for her acting. She is like 29 in this movie, playing a high school student.
Senior, I think. Senior prom.
Hollywood, did you forget that starting in like the 90s, we stopped casting people who were past 25 to play high school students?
Okay, whatever.
And I know you remember, because the one thing I will say...
It's gonna go on and on.
The one thing I will say positive about The Rage Carrie 2 is that it starred like 21 or 22-year-olds to play high school students. This one casted a nearly 30-year-old to play a high school student.
29.
And at no point do you ever really buy her as a high schooler.
Well, she did play the shy, demeaning, whatever. But when she was trying her powers, kinesthetic, or what do you call it?
Telekinesis.
Yeah, that one.
Please try to
She's like turning into the devil or something. It's like really weird. And all she had to do was think about it really strongly and then get mad and everything flew around.
People, please forgive me for what I'm about to say, because I've always thought that this was below our level of humor. It looks like she's trying to fart when she's trying to use her powers.
Go to the bathroom.
I wanted to be a little more mature than that. No, it's more like...
And all she had to do was think hard, look at it strongly, and then just get mad. Yell, and then...
Now, the thing that is, like, really... Now, you're probably thinking, why are you complaining about casting older people as high schoolers? First of all, not only is it super distracting, but also, do you want to call it a movie?
Yeah, I guess you could try.
Movie was made in 2002. 3 years after The Rage Carrie 2. Or 4. I think it came out in 99.
But they're not the same directors, right? So they each had their own idea.
This movie reminded me of a couple of things. And just like The Rage Carrie 2, it reminded me of Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2. That is not something you should really aim for with a horror film. That's like saying, oh man, this sequel reminds me of Jaws 2 and Death Nurse 2.
Oh God, let's not get into those.
Okay, this movie reminds me of this I don't know, pick like some random movie.
I don't know. Your thoughts are a lot different than mine.
Okay.
I was actually bored in this movie.
Okay.
I didn't really like it.
Well, you hate Stephen King. Okay.
And I used to read him when I was younger, in my 20s.
If with Captain Marvel 2, or are they going to call her Miss Marvel 2?
I don't know. Did we even see it?
Not yet. Let's say you saw the first one.
We should get the series. Watch.
I don't think there is not a sequel.
No, we should watch the Avengers.
But anyway,
that could take a whole year, couldn't it?
No.
Between that and Star Wars and
we're almost done with Star Wars anyway.
Okay.
We only have like 4 or 5 more movies. But anyway, okay.
Then we get into Sylvester Stallone movies.
And you hate it, and you don't want to see most of his movies.
Why?
But anyway,
I used to watch Rambo.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's say you went to see Captain Marvel 2, and you said, this movie reminds me of Death Nurse 2.
Oh, God.
Or no. This movie reminds me of Under Control. That's not a good thing. What closed?
I don't know.
Oh well.
I just went there.
Oh well. At least we're still filming. So,
It's only that amount,
yeah.
so we've got a few minutes left.
So, what is the reason why it reminds me of Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2 is because just like in Book of Shadows, it keeps going back and forth between what happened and police investigations. It's probably not fair because this is longer, but this has more police investigations than one of your shows that you watch.
Maybe.
Blue Bloods! I'm assuming Blue Bloods has had 2-hour specials. Probably has less police interrogations than this. Forensic Files has less interrogations than
That's
this.
your show.
Apparently this was supposed to be a Carrie television series, which
After a year, it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
After 5 episodes, like,
well, she
how
would
could
have
you
made,
have
she would have
stretched
made
it?
a new life down south in Florida, and then who is it, Susie or whatever Snow? What was her name?
Can I
Go ahead.
call her the black chick?
No.
Well, there's only like one black girl in the movie, and she's the good one. Or she's a good one.
You said she was in that other movie.
What other movie? Hello?
I know.
We're still filming.
Reading. It's not on here what her name was.
It's probably not on anyone's. What they're
Susie Snow, I thought it was.
Like
Sue Snow.
like with Sue Storm. Like with all the other Carries, obviously the ones that if you've seen Carrie, any of them, the Sissy Spacek one, the Chloe Moretz one, or if you've read the book, you know the plot.
The mom is religiously
super ultra religious to the point where she calls cleavage dirty pillows.
Remember the neighbor?
I've never heard that
was
term.
Was that Candace? No. Who was that? Who was the neighbor?
I don't know. I don't care. She looked cute though. And I don't remember if I Googled or looked up anything, but there were actresses in this movie that were like 10 years younger than Carrie. Obviously, you know, okay, so I'm trying to remember if this happened it might have happened in the Chloe Moretz and the Sissy Spacek one, where she gets her Aunt Flo comes to town. I'm quoting. Ladies, do not get offended at me. I'm quoting.
I don't remember an Aunt Flo.
Period. You didn't... I thought you saw the movie.
I did. Why did you have to yell it in my ear?
Just as a joke or something.
No jokes.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember if that happened in the other movies. It wouldn't shock... You know what? Let's say it did. I don't know. Is that something girls bully girls about?
Well, because she didn't realize she was ever going to get it.
Yeah, but all the other girls had gotten it. Like, the teacher said she got it when she was 10.
Some girls, you get it between 5th and 9th grade. Okay?
I'm just saying if this is...
It's not something we should be talking about.
Well, it's kind of the main thing of this movie.
No, stop it.
Okay, so anyway, the mom says she got it because she sinned, because she's the devil or she sinned or something. The girls play a huge prank where they fill up her locker with feminine hygiene products. The gym teacher, who I thought looked like Courtney Cox from Friends, but you came up with the better comparison of who she looks like, Demi Moore.
She had the eyes of Demi Moore.
Can she be in Striptease 2? That's a real move.
Going off on a tangent.
I've seen that movie.
So I have not.
Okay, fine. G.I. Jane 3. G.I. Jane 2, or whatever.
I've not seen that either. So let's just stick to the script here.
So anyway,
We don't have a script, folks.
Nothing But Trouble 2. So anyway, a bunch of girls later realize, after when they're gonna do like an hour of gym detention, which I'm assuming is just like running laps, lifting weights, and like cleaning stuff.
She was going to make them work.
All of them. But of course it's one of those modern movies, so it's like, my dad's a lawyer and he'll take care of this. And then the principal like deals with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's something I find a little weird. Didn't the ending of Carrie involve a meteor shower?
Her house burned down, so I don't remember.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, at the end she burned down with her mom.
No,
they both burned in the house.
Not in this movie, but in the Sissy Spacek one. I thought it ended with a meteor shower.
I don't know.
In this, there's a meteor shower like 25 minutes in.
But they keep flashing back and forth. They're doing present to back and forth. The detective.
There's a flashback within a flashback.
The detective on the case is from an officer and a gentleman. He was the friend of Richard Gere that hung himself in the shower. He swallowed the ring that he proposed to one of the girls and hung himself in the shower.
So anyway, the black girl is like, Carrie is. She's saying to her boyfriend. She's saying to her boyfriend, "Hey, Carrie has had a rough time."
John, was that his name?
I don't know.
So she
Joe Guy. Let's go.
So she asks her boyfriend.
20 points if you know what that's a reference to.
She asks her boyfriend to take Carrie to the senior prom.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I was thinking, like, is this movie set in like the 80s or 90s?
So.
I thought that.
But some of the dresses were.
No, wait. I thought it was originally set in the 80s, but the thing that made me realize it wasn't set in the 80s is the fact that she goes online on the computer. And this mother is so ultra religious, she does not have the computer or internet in the house.
Because Carrie White, Carrietta asks the librarian, how do I do a search in the internet? So then she finds out there's many people like her. And what I thought was interesting, and I think Sissy Spacek had it too in the first one, is when she has to go into the prayer closet and she's got all the magazines.
I don't remember much about the Sissy Spacek one, because I saw the Chloe Moretz one first.
Ah, that could be why.
I also saw a bad version of it.
Okay.
Split framing didn't even work. I've always said this. There's a scene where it's like if a hand was thrown at, if something was thrown at this height, it would then appear at that height.
So actually, do you want to go into when the high school the gymnasium is burning down?
There's been so many remakes.
Well, just discuss this one.
Okay, yeah. If you've seen Carrie, you know that they dump a bucket of high school prom. They dump a bucket of pig's blood. She goes crazy mentally.
Yeah, she
which involves
totally zoned out, and she kept her body so straight and so firm, even when she was walking down the street. Singing,
Take a guess what movie we recently reviewed. So, anyway, what else? She also does this thing where she crosses her eyes when she's getting telekinetic powers. You never saw that?
I thought her eyes were really wide. I didn't think they were cross-eyed. I thought she was looking at something. Yeah, that's looking at something. But I was glad the gym teacher lived.
Yeah, the gym teacher and 11 students lived. Hey,
I wish her date would have lived.
do you want to know how 11 students got out of a school that had locked doors and was set, and the water was being the floor was electrocuted, and there was like fires everywhere? Do you want to know how the teacher and those kids got out?
The ventilation system.
The movie decided that wasn't important. But you know,
yeah, they got out. They took off the thing of the ventilation system. The gym teacher was the last
then
one.
How did
she was hanging
No,
there.
she was the first one.
No. The senior president, class
okay,
president.
then where were all the other kids? Because there was only like one kid. There were only like maybe
they
one
only
or two kids.
because it went back to Carrie. And kids sizzling.
Well, you had to be like not on the floor in order to have then survived because the floor was electrocuted.
But they started going through before that happened.
Okay.
And she was hanging on there, the gym teacher.
I was like, that would have been an important thing to see as opposed to her figuring out how lipstick works.
So would you recommend this?
No.
Not even as rental, matinee, Tubi, anything?
Okay.
I wouldn't because I thought it was kind of boring and long.
And
our TV kept shutting in and out.
If you're someone who is not a huge fan of gore, all of the deaths are off screen.
Yep.
Or bloodless. Like, you want to know how her prom date dies? A metal bucket falls on his head and
they picked him up then. They picked him up. The school principal picked him up from being on the ground.
Yeah, but he was still unconscious. And we don't see him interviewed.
We only really see 4 people interviewed.
Yeah, the gym teacher and 2 other people.
The big guy.
Including one person who was super de-duper happy. Yay!
She was perky. She was the senior class president.
She makes Unikitty look like JJ.
And then one of the big guys that were involved with the pig.
Oh, yeah, he was interviewed too.
Mm-hmm.
Which means...
But they never found...
He was guilty.
Yep.
But he lived, so...
Because he didn't go to prom.
Okay, but wouldn't that be something Carrie would deal with? Because neither did the...
But she didn't remember what happened, she said. Mm-hmm.
And apparently, even though she splashed with blood, when as soon as she takes a bath with the dress on, it suddenly completely washes off of her.
It didn't completely wash off her face or anything.
Not her face, but it washed off her clothing.
Yeah. You rinse anything in water and it's going to... Whatever. It was an effect. Okay, people?
And part of it looked like it had really bad CGI.
Yep. Anyway...
It looked like she was walking in front of a green screen for a part of it.
Yeah. I would not recommend it, but hey...
I only recommend
it. If you want to, go for it.
I only recommend it if you're not a fan of gore. I don't know what to tell you. Join us next time where... I don't know, we review some